Salute and welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, where you will enjoy an entertaining short story from acclaimed humor columnist Rob Kreider. Story time is the family portion of the show. Then we move on from the stories to the cocktails. This is where the alcohol and the not safe for work portion of the show takes over, as Rob and his wife /editor /muse Sara Kreider partake in some adult beverages and provide you with a behind the scenes recap of what really inspired the original story. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself a round of stories and cocktails. Cheers.
This article is called Paranoid Delusional by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. My wife truly believes that during this very second, there are countless nefarious villains lurking around our suburban home, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to commit acts of savagery against her. Obviously, this is a completely ridiculous notion for a number of sane reasons, but sanity has nothing to do with my wife's logic. First of all, nefarious villains choose their targets based on monetary value. To be honest, if anyone kidnapped my wife, instead of leveraging ransom from the Hearst publishing fortune, the kidnappers would inherit my wife's credit card debt from Kohl's and Target. Second, our front yard consists of a yellowish-colored dying lawn, which doesn't provide the sort of cover and hiding places nefarious villains enjoy lurking in. And lastly, we live on the nice side of town, with the good school district. Everyone knows nefarious villains only prey on people in the part of town with the lower test scores. Regardless of these simple truths, none of the above-mentioned reasons keep my wife from making sure the front door is locked 3 separate times before she goes to bed every night. And trust me, don't make the mistake of using the front door after she has previously checked to ensure it was locked. That little error in judgment results in the following frustrating conversation. "Did you lock the door after you came in?" "Yes, honey, I locked the door," I replied. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm sure, honey." "I didn't hear you lock it." "You can't hear if I lock the door while you're in our bedroom." "Yes, I can hear if you locked it from here, and I didn't hear you lock it." "I locked it, crazy." "You should get up and check to make sure it's locked, just in case." "Just in case of what?" "Just in case kidnappers want to come in and take your daughter. You don't want that on your conscience, do you?" "Fine, I'll get out of bed, walk across the house, and check to see what I already know as a fact, that I locked the door." "You don't have to be a jerk about it. I'm just worried about our family's safety. If you loved me, you would go and check." "How much I love you has nothing to do with my memory, and I remember locking the door. But you know what? I'll be right back. I'd rather just check it again than have this circular conversation with you for another hour." Then I storm off to verify that yes, the door is locked, just like I said. But before I can come back and tell my wife the shocking revelation that the door was certainly and most definitely locked, she's already sound asleep. That's my goodnight kiss every night, an argument about the stupid front door lock. I've hypothesized that her paranoia stems from years of watching too many after-school specials during the late 80s, early 90s. In those episodes, little Jenny was always being kidnapped and murdered by some sort of serial killer who listened to way too many heavy metal albums. And even though my wife's name isn't Jenny, and even though she doesn't live in this after-school special, where there's always a moral lesson to be learned, like heavy metal music is the devil's dictation, and even though we have great test scores on our side of town, my wife still believes there's always something evil just outside our house about to come inside and get her. My wife's fears aren't just based on statistical possibilities of evil from the human world. Oh no, she's also worried about the demon world as well. Her demonic hysteria comes from watching way too many paranormal television shows like Supernatural and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Thank you, Joss Whedon. I haven't been able to go to bed without checking the front door lock since 1997. So to summarize, my wife, whom I love, fears attackers who might have escaped from prison, as well as demonic creatures who possibly escaped from another dimension. That's a lot for a protective mother who wants to shield her family from doom to watch out for. Obviously, that front door needs to remain locked, and checked, and rechecked, and checked again, thoroughly. I just consider myself lucky she isn't pouring salt in the doorways to keep away the evil spirits. My wife is convinced if she doesn't check these locks, wicked men or creatures will lurk in and commit unimaginable horrors, like sniff through her underwear drawer. Yes, she is perversely paranoid, especially for a person who has never been victimized by a strange man or apparition. No phantoms or outlaw biker gangs have been sighted in our neighborhood since the school board changed the district lines. Regardless of the low crime statistics in our area, my wife still prepares for the zombie apocalypse every night before going to bed. That means I still have to verify the door is locked nightly or have a 20-minute discussion about it. Obviously, I've learned it's just quicker to check the lock again. Not only does my wife believe that bad people/things are just waiting for that one single night she forgets to check the front door lock, but she also believes people/things come into her house and constantly steal her stuff. The stuff they steal is always the stuff she simply can't find. Honey, have you seen my hair clip? No, I didn't realize it was assigned to hair clip watch this week. Don't be a smartass. I think someone stole it. Really, someone broke into our home undetected, walked past the laptop and the big screen TV, and decided to steal your 87-cent turtle shell colored hair clip from Walmart? Don't be a jerk. Someone stole it. I can't find it. Maybe somebody wanted a lock of my hair and is making a voodoo doll of me. You never know. Actually, I do know. Your hair clip is on your bedside table, next to your chapstick, your license, and everything else you've left all over the house, and blame someone for stealing. My wife will walk into our bedroom and see all of her missing possessions and then proclaim, "Somebody broke into our house and moved my stuff." I agree, honey. It looks like someone did. And even worse, I think they might have a key to our place. And they even have a disturbing name. They call themselves the housekeepers. By the way, when I'm in a parking lot, my wife always makes me hit the key fob twice so she can hear the reassuring honk, confirming her car is securely locked. Jenny wasn't that careful one episode. We all know what happened to her.
Okay, folks, it's time to pop that top and let's get to those cocktails.
Hey, welcome to Stories and Cocktails podcast, drunken portion of the motherfucking show, road show. Here we are in Lodi, California, Mrs. Kreider.
Yes.
And how in the fuck did we end up in Lodi?
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
It is the greatest day ever.
Okay, wait, shush. That's nature, baby.
Welcome to Harvest Hosting.
Right. I love harvest hosting.
This is the greatest travel hack ever. We want to share it with you. We've talked about it before on the show.
Yeah.
Basically, you pay $80 to $100 a year. You're connected with a bunch of different breweries and wineries and all kinds of parks and cool things. And just some random dude's house wants to hang out with you in his backyard and make a fire pit.
That is the sound of a Michelob Ultra cracking in the back of a winery.
A Mick Ultra.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Skinny Captain Cocoa Boo, but we got smashed earlier.
We drank all the wines.
On a bottle of 2023 Pinot Noir Rosé made by Greg Burns, the winemaker here at
Jessie's Grove.
Jessie's Grove.
I love how you pronounce it. You go like
I'm not very fancy.
Pinot Noir
Pinot Noir.
Rose.
It's a Pinot Noir Rosé.
Rosé.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to learn here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get more sophisticated in my old age.
So we were camping in Napa because your family lives there.
And we were pre-gaming the future BottleRock episode.
And then it was time to go home. And I said, I don't want to go home.
Fuck home.
And you said, we don't have to. In California, you just race us back to Fresno. But if we weren't in California, you would dial up Harvest Hosts. You would look and see like what's in between us and home. And you would find us like a cool brewery or a winery.
What
just
super fun
kick
thing
it
can we
in.
do?
You said like, hey Siri, hey Sara, travel agent, find me a fun place to go to.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, brilliant. And I did. I found us the most fun place to go to. Jessie's Grove Winery in Lodi, California, right smack in the middle of Napa and Fresno. Quick little layover.
What you land at is this has been in the family for 6 generations.
Yeah.
German immigrant comes here.
1850.
He gets on a horse, goes 150 days by horseback from the East Coast, Boston, to basically gold country.
Yeah.
Decides like, hey man, no fucking gold here, but all these miners need shit. So he becomes like a mercantile, moving in,
A merchant.
soap and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he makes a business and he buys land here and he plants grapes. And
Yeah.
those vines are still here.
Yeah.
And we got to sample those vines today. We got to meet the winemaker, Greg, and we just enjoyed the greatest day. Our RV is parked in this beautiful grove with all these beautiful trees. There is an army of cats here walking behind us to make sure we're not getting involved in stuff.
But wait, let's backtrack before we get into the army of the cats because the cats are fucking badass.
The cats are crazy.
It's called Jessie's Grove Winery. So you think that Jessie is the person that you're talking about in the 1850s. No,
Nope.
that dude's name was Joseph. It
Yep.
was not Jessie. Joseph had a daughter named Jessie, and Jessie was the baller. Like, she's the one that she was just like, we're not cutting down these vines. We're making wine. We're staying here forever. I'm going to have some kids. They're going to roll in. They're going to take care of this. So the name of the winery is actually after a woman,
The badass bitch.
which I think is baller.
All the men in the family wanted her to knock down a grove of trees to plant
Yeah.
more vines. And she said, no,
She said no.
that's my grove.
And it was through the Depression.
And that's my thing. And that's why it's called Jessie's Grove.
It was through World War I. It was through World War II. And she just kept on being a baller through all of that time here in Lodi, California. And she's just like, no, we're going to figure it out. But we're not cutting down these oak trees. We're not cutting down these vineyards. This is going to be our family's heritage, our family's legacy. And all of the men were like, no, you got to cut this down. And she's like, no, you need to shut the fuck up.
She took care of at least 5 generations ahead of her from that.
Yep. Yep.
And the wine is really good. Now,
it's so
as
good.
a couple people who we sampled plenty of wine in Napa, we rode the bike trail. We sampled wine in downtown Napa. We rode up to Yountville, sampled wine. I know it's probably an unpopular opinion if you're a big wine snob from Napa, but you know what? The fucking wine here in Lodi is delicious. Greg is crushing it.
Yeah.
We had some whites, Pinot, some reds. It was really good. And he was a super friendly guy hanging out with him. So let's give it up for fucking Lodi, California, man, with some good wines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll be back here many times.
Well, the plain white teas are coming to play in this grove where our RV is parked in a few weeks. So that'd be pretty dope.
We'll be there for that.
Fuck yeah. So we pre-gamed BottleRock. We're going to come to the BottleRock Festival in Napa. There's a 3-day rock and roll festival. Green Day will be there. We're super excited about that. We have a place to park our RV. We have a bunch of places for our friends to park their RVs. I've oversold it to our friends. They can put like 17 RVs in there. There's room for maybe 2 or 3.
So let's explain this whole BottleRock situation. When we go to Napa, we have found the hack is that we camp at the Napa Fairgrounds. And we've talked about this before. The Napa Fairgrounds, they're right downtown. It puts you like right in the hub of everything.
Best bargain stop.
Hotel rooms are in the hundreds of dollars. You can camp at the Napa RV Fairgrounds for $65 still. But BottleRock is in the fairgrounds, and so BottleRock shuts down all of the RV camping. Like, they just take over.
Kicking us the fuck out so Billy Joe Armstrong can sit on my RV pad and sleep.
Yes.
Asshole.
So we've never come to BottleRock because where we normally stay, they shut it down, and that's where the artists are at, and that's like backstage, that's VIP, whatever. You had the grand idea this year. And you said, let's just park in my mom's office, like her parking lot behind her office. And I was like, holy shit, how did we not think of this in previous years?
Free RV parking in Napa.
Now, the
For a select few.
The issue is that behind your mom's office, there's literally like 6 parking spaces.
For cars.
For cars.
Not for huge RVs.
And you have promised that you have turned this into a 100-acre RV park, and you have promised it
like Jessie's Grove.
Everyone. Yes. Anyone that we have met.
Any random dude I'll meet on the bike trail drunk at a bar. I'm like, dude, you got an RV? You should come to the BottleRock. I got a place for you to park.
People, they don't even have RVs. People are literally buying RVs this weekend so they can park in your mom's parking lot.
I'm like, you should buy an RV and come with us to BottleRock. I got a place for you to park for free.
And when I say your mom's parking lot, I mean your mom's special RV camp where there's like hookups now.
Not true.
I know none of it's true.
None of this shit is true. It's not even level.
You were just promising it to everyone.
It is literally walking distance from the venue, which if you are some person from LA and you're flying to Napa, you would pay $10,000 for this kind of access. So it is a pretty dope thing. My family should have been fucking renting this out for years. I this year have decided that I'm the king of this parking lot and I'm taking it over. Didn't even ask, by the way. Didn't even ask for permission. It's just a cool idea. I was like, this is what's happening. Everyone move your shit out of the way. I'm bringing RVs in here. We're going to have a whole fucking 3-day party, music festival weekend, where I'll be the coolest guy in the room because I'm the host of this RV park.
Dude, I am so down for it. It's going to be amazing for you and me in our RV. And then like 2 other RVs. That's it. It can fit literally 3 RVs, and you have promised it to 10.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what we're going to do.
Tickets? We'll figure it out. Maybe a lottery system.
Right. There's going to be 7 families who are going to be super disappointed.
IPAs. I like tequila. Best bottle tequila, maybe.
You have promised it to everyone.
I'm just saying the nicest bottle tequila on my doorstep tomorrow gets a spot.
So this weekend we were at the Napa Fairgrounds where BottleRock is, and we're camping in our usual spot, and like all is good. And then all of a sudden you look at me and you go, hey, I'm not even sure we can park in my mom's parking lot. Like, I don't even think we can get our RV in there.
I made a lot of promises.
Let's ride our bike over there and let's see. And so we rode our bikes over there with my brother who has a trailer, who's one of the people that you promised a spot to.
Yep.
And he has a trailer. And you were like, I don't think any of us can get in there.
I'm not sure it's going to work.
And he's like, no. Like, you could at least get it like 3 RVs in here and it's going to be super easy, bro. We're just going to have to block the street, put some cones out.
So one of the major arteries that gets you into Napa is Jefferson Madison Street, and we're going to have to block that for half an hour to fucking 300-point turn to fucking truck and trailer into that parking lot.
But that still only gets 3 of us in there, and you have promised it to 10.
So we pre-gamed BottleRock. We had a great bike ride up to Yountville, California. We tasted many, many wines, had a good time. Nobody fell off their bike. Why did I mention that? Why would I say that no one fell off their bike? Why is that so important?
I recently suffered a pretty bad bike injury.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Okay, so let's walk through it. So as your husband, I said, hey, we run around on our bikes. We bike and brew. We get drunk. We should probably wear helmets. I know they're not cool. I know we're Gen X and shit. We didn't wear bike helmets as kids, but I'm like, at our age now, I've been hospitalized twice on bike accidents. None for race car accidents, only bicycle accidents.
Yeah.
I'm like, we should probably wear helmets. And you're like, meh.
Well, I put a helmet on and then you laughed at me and you said, nerd.
No, I did not
Yes,
do that.
you did.
You projected that. You thought that I said nerd.
You said, look at that nerd.
I did not say
Wear their
nerd.
helmet. You did.
No.
You did.
That was all internal on you.
Well, your kids said it to me. Your kids literally took pictures of me and then said nerd.
So we were out for an epic bike and brew. We ride our bikes around town. We go to all the local hotspots. We drink the drinks. And then we just race each other to absolute oblivion. On this particular night, you won.
Oblivion, yeah.
You got fucked up. And then it was time to go home. So we leave this particular bar. And I was like, okay, I got to get you home. Now we're like 5 miles from home on the bike trail in Fresno. And as we leave, our other friends, one's a highway patrolman, he's like, your wife's doing like a 3-lane weave on her bike. She is fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I know she's fucked up. And I wish she would wear a helmet. And I'm hoping to get her home
I didn't have a helmet.
Right. Why didn't you have a helmet?
Because it was in the motorhome.
Because you don't prioritize it.
Because every time I wear it, you look at me and you say nerd.
Nerd! Nerd! So we start riding, and I'm behind you. Now, riding behind a person that you love who's super fucked up, it's very, very harrowing and scary and awful because you're like, I don't want to see this person get hurt, and I care about them. And now you know this with our daughter. You used to follow our daughter on our bike when she was drunk, and we hated it.
Yeah.
Put her behind me. I didn't want to see it. But I couldn't put you behind me because I thought I might lose you on this night. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. You're in front of me. You're just barely missing every fucking thing, right?
Yeah, no, I remember. It was
There
bad.
are some tunnels that we have to go through on the bike trail where you have like a downhill fast.
They go under the street.
Through a concrete tunnel and then back up.
Yeah.
And so that's where you pick up a lot of speed and there's a lot of concrete to hit with your noggin.
I didn't hit it, though.
Okay. Well, I said, hey, babe.
I made it through the tunnels.
I think that we should walk through the tunnels. Let's walk our bikes.
I didn't.
Well, I asked you to.
I didn't.
You told me, fuck you.
No, because it was hard because I couldn't keep my balance walking.
I finally got you to walk through one.
Okay.
So we stop. I'm like, let's walk, girl.
Took
I'm
a
going
long
to get
time.
hurt. As we're walking, you just bitch the whole time.
Yeah.
This is harder.
It is.
This is so hard. I can't do it. I should just be riding through here. I'm like, I agree. It is difficult. You're drunk. But if you fall down walking, you're just going to fall down and be hilarious. But if you fall down at 13, 14 miles an hour on your bike and you smash your noggin into a fucking concrete tunnel, that's a night in the hospital.
Look, you're saying a lot of words. You're taking a really long time to get to the point. I will summarize it.
Okay.
I fell down off my bike. I smacked the shit out of my head, like the back of my head. I don't remember anything about riding my bike home.
That would be the part of your head that the helmet may have protected.
But I do remember the smack to the back of my, like I have never experienced anything quite like that. It scared the shit out of me. I browned out. Like I didn't
Not a
black out.
blackout, a
No.
brownout.
I browned out. You came by and you were like, Sara. And this was like the brownout part where I like could hear you, but I couldn't really respond to you. And then finally I said to you, get this fucking bike off of me. The bad part about all of this, or the good part about all of this, is this all happened immediately behind our apartment.
Well, that's the part I'd like to get to. The small details matter in this.
I made it all the way
Yes.
home.
We get through the gate. We have to ride to the apartment. I keep trying to help you because I love you and I care about you. So I'm like, I'm trying to direct you.
Now, let me just ask you this. Did you try to help me with that tone? Because
I was trying to help you.
if you were trying to help me with that
I'm trying
tone.
to fucking keep you alive.
Exactly.
Stupid dumb bitch.
Right.
Don't go to the hospital. It cost me a bunch of money.
It's a mystery to me and all of our listeners as to why I didn't want to take your help.
So we get to the gate, and then I said, hey, baby, follow me. Let's just put the bikes in the house and go to bed because we've had a rough night. Your basic attitude was, fuck you. You don't tell me.
I made it all the way home. I was fine.
And then what I heard was the loudest, craziest sound of like 3 huge garbage cans being dropped off the Empire State Building with like the melon smacking of your head.
Yeah.
It's so scary for me. I'm like, follow me. I look back. I'm like, God damn it. And then I hear just crash. I'm like, fuck. So I run up thinking the worst. And then what I find is you just browned out.
Yeah.
Just fucking down, head on the concrete, looking up. You didn't even say shit. I was like, are you a fucking live? Like, can you
No.
feel your toes and feet? Like, how fucked up are you?
I couldn't. I was fucked up.
This is the thing about marriage is that I wanted you to be okay. I was so fucking mad at you.
I
was just
know.
like, God damn it, I fucking told you. I fucking told you for 5 fucking miles. Listen to me. I don't want you to get hurt. You're too fucked up to ride.
You were mad at me for 3 days.
Oh, I was.
I was concussed.
Oh, you are 100% concussed.
I had whiplash. Like, I hurt the back of my head, but my jaw hurt. And I looked it up, and WebMD says that that's like whiplash.
You got to be careful with MD because you're 3 clicks from cancer every time. You're like, now I also hit my head and have cancer.
Well, I didn't have cancer. I had whiplash. WebMD was like, when you smack the back of your head like really, 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 really hard, it fucks up your jaw. Like your jaw is dislocated. That's what happened. My whole entire head was fucked up. I was concussed. It was so bad. And
You wanted sympathy from me. You're like,
I did.
My jaw.
And you were just like, I fucking told you so.
I was. For 3 days, I'll be transparent here. I could not show you any love or compassion.
It was 4 days.
I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. You should listen to me.
On the 5th day, I cried. And I was just like, this is really, really, really bad. Still hurts. I'm scared. Like, what's going on? I don't know. And I was like, I'm so sorry I fucked up. I got drunk. We get drunk together. These are the risks we take. I need some fucking empathy.
Some of us wear helmets.
And
You also listen to me.
it was the 5th fucking day. And then you were finally like, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. And so like a little bit of empathy. But even then you're like, I'm sorry that happened to you. But you should have fucking listened to me.
I think you know, and it's going to sound very crass. By the 5th day, I'm like, so you having problems with your jaw, huh? How bad is it?
I'm going to fucking kill you.
I'm
With
like, can
whatever
you,
say right
are
now.
we going to be able to?
No.
No? Oh man, I need you to get better.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about you. I'm super concerned about you. I care about you and I love you. And I'm so sorry. And we need to get that job fixed. Because I'm an asshole.
I know.
We had a pretty big fight over it. I was mad at you for not listening to me and you crashing your bike. You're mad at me for being a callous dick who wouldn't care for you or feel any sympathy for you.
Yeah.
We were just on different pages.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, I hate you. This is your fault.
I want to say 5 days, but how long ago did it happen? Probably about 12 days ago.
Yeah, probably.
So for 13 days, we were on different pages. And there's just like this underlying animosity that we're just not addressing and we're not talking about. And it's been going on for about 15 days now.
I think we made peace of it. You know why? We're back in the Tiki RV. We're back in Harvest House. We're like, fuck home. That's a big problem. There's fights.
Yeah.
We don't want to go back home. There's fights and shit. Let's get on our bikes. Let's cruise around Napa.
Yeah.
Let's go to some Harvest House. Let's get drunk. And then we love each other again.
That shit happened in Fresno. Now we're in Napa.
Napa's a way better place. Lodi's a better place.
Is Napa a better place though?
Well, we went to Wilfred's. We drank some tiki drinks. We got on our bikes. Nobody fell off those bikes. We had a good time.
But when we were on our bikes, like nobody fell off. And the reason why nobody fell off is because we were like dead sober, scared for our lives because of fucking dirtbag motherfuckers.
Yeah. So what happened is Napa built this really cool bike trail along the railroad tracks. And you can go from downtown up valley. And so we're riding on those bike trails. We're having a good time. 4 of us, 2 guys, 2 girls. Everything's great. We got our music playing. We got drinks in our hand. Life is good. Then we started seeing like 35-year-old white dudes wearing hoodies on a hot day, wearing a COVID mask, who are carrying around like breaker bars. And they're basically looking you and looking your bike and looking your watch. And they're thinking to themselves like, what do I got to do to fucking take your shit?
It's 85 degrees out. We're wearing shorts and tank tops or shorts and t-shirts. These guys are in pants and a hoodie and they are wearing their hoods like it's raining. And then they have COVID masks on like they have COVID and it's outside. So you can't identify them. You can't see what they look like. They're carrying weapons of mass destruction, like crowbars.
They're fucking tweaker dirtbags. There was one point where there's 4 of them kind of blocking the bike trail, and they were basically just casing us out.
Yes.
Like, can we take them down?
And then we come through and we have our music and we have our bells and we're like,
Ring, ring. Hey, good to see you on the bike trail. What's going on?
And we're smiling at them because I just want to be friendly because I feel like if I'm friendly to them, maybe they won't like hit me with the crowbar and take me off my fucking bike.
Steal my watch.
Steal all my shit. And it was fucking sketchy as hell, dude.
Yeah. We saw them 3 different times. One was blocking his face from me. It was so fucked up. We ended up coming back a different way. We used a different trail to get home.
Yeah.
Just to avoid these dirtbags. So, Napa, California, I know you guys think you're all so fucking fancy, even though the wine is better in Lodi. You're not that fucking fancy. Get the police department on the bike trail and arrest these motherfuckers. They all have warrants. I guarantee it. They're all addicted to meth. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Put them in fucking jail. Hey, Gavin Newsom, you want to be the fucking president? Handle your business in California, dude.
Exactly. Napa's your backyard, bro.
Yeah.
You're in San Francisco.
Yeah, you have a fucking winery here, dipshit.
Exactly. You want me to ride my bike to your winery? Fucking get the homeless motherfuckers off of the goddamn bike
If I get killed on the
trail.
way, I can't buy a bottle from you, kid.
Exactly. We just want people who have homes and RVs to be able to just drink freely and just ride their bikes fucking drunk on the bike trail, fall down, suffer from concussions. Like, this is the kind of freedoms I want. I want to be able to do this without running into burglarizing homeless motherfuckers with fucking
Who stink like piss.
lock cutters. They're carrying around lock cutters in the open air for everyone to see. And you're just like, why do you have lock cutters hanging out of your backpack? What are you doing? And they're just like, I bought these new lock cutters for just work around the house. It's like, no, you don't have a house, motherfucker.
So I think if you read the Declaration of Independence deep enough, like go really deep in the text, you'll see like the pursuit of happiness and like, riding your bicycle and drinking through Napa. We want those things. These are unalienable rights. Fuck you, King. We don't want to be part of England anymore.
Yeah.
We want to ride our bikes and drink our drinks and cruise through Napa without being victimized by these assholes.
Preach.
Now, didn't you vote Democrat? Because you don't sound very Democrat on this podcast.
I sound like a Democrat because Democrats want to get these homeless people opportunities and houses and shit.
No, you want to lock these fuckers up.
Yeah.
I want to lock them up too.
Which team wants to just lock them up?
What side do I got to vote on to lock up all the homeless assholes with fucking burglary tools, which is against the fucking law?
Look, I don't want to lock them up. You know that I don't want to lock them up. You know what I want to do.
You want to put them in electric chair.
Alcatraz.
Let's open that fucker up again.
Yeah, you can live freely on this island. Alcatraz.
You know what? Every time we find a bicycle we can't find owner to, we'll just throw it on Alcatraz. You ride your bicycle around and around the island and just victimize each other, you fucking assholes.
You choked on your words there. You want to send the bikes out to Alcatraz or you want to send the people out to Alcatraz?
The people are already on the island. I'm going to throw all the shitty bicycles in the world on the island too because they love to ride their bikes. So they can just ride their bikes around the island and try to victimize each other.
So just broken down bikes and broken down humans.
Yes.
We just send them out to Alcatraz.
Exactly.
We're not locking them up. We're just putting them on an island.
And hepatitis.
It's a beautiful...
Tweakers, broken bikes, and hepatitis on the island.
Dude, it's California beachfront property.
Exactly.
It's priceless.
Priceless.
You can't fucking buy that.
Yeah, waterfront? Come on, in the Bay Area?
You can't buy that, bro.
We're going to give it to you for free.
We're going to give it to you for free.
You ride your shitty bike around.
And you can just go out there and do
give each other hepatitis.
The meth that you want. You know what I want to do? We're just on Pier 39, t-shirt shotguns. Just for funsies. We'll just shoot meth out to Alcatraz.
Why'd you fight over it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe this is how we fund this whole project, right? For like $200, you get your chance at the t-shirt shotgun and you can just shoot some meth out to Alcatraz. But most of them won't make it. You're like, oh shit, your meth gone to the ocean. Like, oh,
it sounds like the best reality show ever. Meth Island.
Meth
on
Island.
Alcatraz.
Yeah.
This would be a really good show.
Imagine you're like on a first date and you're like, hey, let's go out. Let's like shoot the t-shirt shotgun out to Alcatraz. And you're like the most buffest guy. You know what I mean? You're like, I got this. So you pay $100 and it just goes into the bay.
Oh, you fucked it.
And you're like, oh, wah. To get your second meth shot on the t-shirt gun, you have to pay $200. Oh.
It's a pyramid scheme for t-shirt guns.
Yes, and you missed it again. This fucking dude all hopped up on testosterone. He's $1,000 into it before his little packet of meth lands.
Makes it on the island.
Meth Island.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we got a bunch of fucking hopped up on speed sharks just running around Alcatraz, but you know what?
Makes it more dangerous for the people on the island.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That keeps the homeless motherfuckers on the island.
Who's going to try to swim back from Alcatraz to San Francisco when there's meth-infused sharks
just
in
swimming
the fucking bay?
Bays of San Francisco?
I feel like we've solved all the world's problems.
Dude,
right now.
Vote for me.
Vote for Sara Kreider, mayor of San Francisco. We're going to solve the homeless problem in one day.
Governor of California,
everybody,
dude.
Get on the fucking ferry. We're going to Alcatraz. You guys like Alcatraz? Want to do a little tour? And then boom, you're there now. Here's some shitty bicycles.
Who doesn't love a fucking t-shirt gun?
Who doesn't love a reality show about tweakers?
Everybody loves a t-shirt gun.
It's true.
This is the 2025 strongman competition. Instead of putting a hammer on like a weight and trying to get like a bell.
Yeah, that's so fucking analog and old.
You're trying to get a packet of meth out to Alcatraz in a t-shirt gun.
And watch the tweakers fight over it.
I mean, I don't know how anyone else didn't come up with this idea. Who am I? I'm just a fucking chick from Fresno. I don't have good ideas.
Well, you had a pretty good idea when you brought us this Harvest Host and Lodi today.
True.
Very good idea. Now, all this talk about the paranoia you were going on through the bike trail brings us to our story this week called Paranoid Delusional, published June 30th, 2015 in the Santa Maria Sun. This is a story about where you and your mom, well, I think I've heard the story from you in the background, was that before you went to Cal Poly, where I met you, 1994, your mom thought to herself, ooh, sending my girl off to college as a freshman, 18 years old. I got to give her a little knowledge and wisdom, a little fear.
Yeah.
So she basically just put on every after school special,
Lifetime
TV, and it was all about date rape and burglary and dudes hanging outside your door to rape you.
Do you remember the TV show The Facts of Life?
Yeah, of course.
So all of those actresses from The Facts of Life, Blair, Joe, Tootie, Natalie.
Yep, I was in love with Blair. Blair was my girl.
That is a trivia question, right?
Had it bad for Blair.
Who are the 4 characters from Facts of Life? That's a trivia question. 5th character, Edna. God, I nailed it.
Oh, the house mom.
Yeah. So all of them, they all left the Facts of the Life house. And actually, this makes sense.
Well, they have to graduate on. You can't live there forever.
Right.
You're a high school kid.
And they were living in like a halfway house or something like that. Like they didn't live with their parents. I don't know if it was a boarding school or a halfway house, but like they were separated from their parents. Like these were girls who were going to be victimized later.
Oh.
And we saw it.
Edna didn't get enough information to them.
They left Edna's halfway house for girls and they went off to the Lifetime movies. And every single one of them starred in a dozen of Lifetime movies. Oxygen Channel.
How many times are these girls raped for our entertainment?
Why do I hate you so much?
Oh, am I saying it wrong? I mean, I'm assuming that these characters, these actresses were raped in these films, and that's why you were so worried about rape. So it means that the girls from Facts of Life were raped multiple times to make our daughter stronger. They took them for the team.
Why do you make me so uncomfortable in my own motorhome in a beautiful Lodi, California?
Am I explaining it wrong?
Yes.
They weren't raped?
They went on and they were
sexually victimized?
They were vulnerable.
Okay.
To the world.
And what happened to them?
They were vulnerable and they taught me through their vulnerability.
Through their victimology?
To lock the fucking door. So I was going off to college and all of a sudden my mom was like terrified. She's like, oh shit, you're going off to college. Like, have I taught you everything that I need to teach you? So every single night from like when I signed on, like I'm going to Cal Poly and I committed to Cal Poly, we were doing like fucking movie night.
You just watched
my house.
chicks from Facts of Life get raped over and over and over again at night.
Watched them be vulnerable. And
I'm not trying to laugh about rape. I'm just laughing at the absurdity of the fact that these 4 girls were cast on all these Lifetime shows and they were ultimately sexually victimized over and over again to teach you. No, I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm glad that you learned these things so that you would not be victimized.
So my mom would say to me, do you want to watch a movie? And I would say, yeah. And then...
Is this a comedy?
And then I would go out and she would be like, I popped some popcorn. And I'd be like, cool.
Everyone loves popcorn.
And then she's like, Natalie from Facts of Life is in this. And I was like, cool. And then I would just get fucking terrified. And I was like, okay.
Well, what happened to Natalie?
Fuck, Mom, I'll lock my fucking...
Could you explain it?
No.
I want to make sure am I wrong about this? What happened in this particular episode?
Why do you got to be so dark?
No, I'm just... So why did you want to lock your door? What happened to Natalie?
Because fucked up fucking shit happens to women. Because the world
is a dark, fucked up place. Yeah.
Fucked up.
I agree with that, but you don't have to be mad at me about it. I didn't fucking do it. I didn't make these shows. I didn't write these shows.
No, I'm mad at you because you're just like gleefully like, ha 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 ha. Women get like assaulted.
No, I'm like, ha 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 ha. How many times are these girls in the show sexually victimized so that you could go to Cal Poly and be safe? So from that experience, you learn like, okay, hey, I got the message.
I went to Cal Poly and I was like
convinced,
super convinced and super smart. Here's the thing. I don't want to say I'm not very smart because I am very smart.
You are very smart. I've seen your SAT scores.
I went to Cal Poly and I don't know. My mom had she'd coached me up with the Lifetime movie channel.
Your mom used this platform to teach you to be safe at college, and you took that in.
Yes.
You learned everything you could.
No, and I was smart.
From all these girls from the Facts of Life being victimized.
I went to Cal Poly, and I actually saved other like my roommates and shit. My roommates were just like...
No, I did see that.
Dumb and naive, and my roommates were
I will say this. You were the voice of reason.
I was.
For the females in the dorms.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because girls were making really dumb decisions, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I saw what happened to Joe.
And I was constantly like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going there.
Yeah.
And I need you to check in with me.
Yeah, I watched you protect these girls.
And I need to meet this person first.
It's one of the reasons I fell in love with you. I was like, yeah, she's a pretty smart girl.
So I was at Cal Poly in the mid 90s in the dorms, and I was totally just like cock blocking everyone and just like, you can't do that and you can't do that and you can't go there. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, did none of you have cable? cable? Did none of you have the Lifetime movie channel? Like, do you not know what happened to Tootie?
Didn't your mom show you this shit?
Yeah, honestly. So then I was married to you.
Yep.
And I was like, lock the door.
Yes. Let's talk about lock the door. So as your husband, who loves you very much, I know you've been through this training with your mom on those Lifetime movies, and then we're married. And then you and I go to bed. And let's say I'm the last one to bed, right? You say to me, did you lock the door? And I go, yes. And then you say, are you sure? And I go, yes. And then you say, check it again. I'm like, check. I just did it.
So, okay, all of that. Yes, granted. I acquiesce to all of that being true.
But my thing with you is like, you have in my opinion, unreasonable amount of fear. If you leave our front door unlocked one time, there is a team of evil fuckers who are going to come to the house, murder you, cut you in many pieces, and bury you. Okay. So if you ask me the door is locked, I'm like, it's locked. Then you ask me, are you sure? And I say yes. And you say, check it again. I'm like, look, only one of us is concerned about it. If you're so worried about it, you get your fucking ass out of bed and go check it your fucking self. And that's where there's conflict in our marriage. So I'm like, I fucking locked it. I told you I locked it. How many times did I tell you I locked it?
Dude, I'm
Why
embarrassed.
are we doing this?
I'm embarrassed for you.
You're embarrassed for me?
Yeah.
Really?
Because what does it say about you as a man that I'm so worried about the door being locked?
I guess it says that you don't think I'm very tough.
Well, I'm just saying I'm embarrassed for you.
Oh, jeez, man. Fuck. Well, obviously I don't impress you that way. I'm not like a big tough guy.
Okay, so we're camping.
Yeah.
And it's hot and I open up the window so that I can get some air in or whatever. So now I can 100% hear everything that's happening in the campsite right next to us.
Yes.
And it's another RV and it's another husband and wife. She says, oh, there's ants. And he's like, oh shit, there's ants. And so now they're dealing with ants. So one of the ways to keep ants from getting in your RV is to pour salt around your tires. Something about salt repels ants. But also in supernatural lore, salt repels demons
In the
and
paranormal.
ghosts. One of my favorite paranormal TV shows of all times is Supernatural with the Winchester brothers, with Dean and Sam. They're the brothers. So I hear this man. So he has the salt. And he's out there, and I'm drinking my coffee, minding my own business, and I just hear this man next door pouring salt around the tires, and he's like, Sam and Dean, Sam and Dean, Sam and Dean. He's like singing this Sam and Dean song. And never once have I wanted to cheat on you with a fat man in the RV next to us.
You were going to leave me for a guy pouring salt because he likes the show super.
Yes, because I was like, yes, brother, you've got this. Like, block the ants, block the ghosts, block the demons
out. Yeah.
lock the doors. This is a man I feel secure with. You know what I mean?
And I guess I'm not bringing that to the table. You don't feel secure with me on your bike.
Sam and Dean,
You don't
Sam and
feel
Dean.
secure with me in the house. I don't
Well,
pour salt across the doorway.
I was just going to say, do you salt the outside of the RV?
No, fuck no. Because that's not real life.
That's how you keep ghosts out and ants out.
Well, I don't watch as much TV as you. I don't think there's people out there outside of our door waiting for the door to be unlocked to victimize you. I don't
Ants,
think
though.
that the demons are going to come to the door because I didn't watch these shows.
But
you watch
also-
these shows.
Ants.
So fine. If you want this shit done, salt the fucking tires yourself. Check the door yourself. Because
Yeah.
I don't believe in this shit.
That's exactly why I was like, let's ride a different route home, because you're just like, protect yourself, bitch. And I was
No,
like,
actually, in this case, I'm like, let's ride a different ride home. Those
And I
guys are
was like,
fucking
okay.
assholes. Actually, we are in agreement on that. See, that was a real threat. You see the difference? There wasn't a perceived threat. It was a real threat. I was like, I agree with you. These guys are fucking dirtbags. They're wearing masks and hoodie sweatshirts in 100-degree weather. We're out of here. We're going a different way. Because they're waiting for us. They're fucking waiting for us to come back. On this narrow trail with no access, they're going to victimize us, get our shit. Fuck it. And I agree. They said, you know what? You're right. I listened to you. Let's go a different way. Unlike you listening to me, I said, don't ride your bike through that narrow area. You're going to fall off it and smack your fucking head. And you said to me, like, you don't tell me.
well, because, yeah, you don't even fucking salt the wheels of the RV. Like, you don't understand.
You know what didn't happen? Your mom didn't show you a fucking after-school special where poor Trudy fell off her bike and smacked her head for not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, no,
I
she
wish
didn't.
she had.
No.
Because if she had, I wouldn't have lost a week of my life. You're going like, my head hurts. Feel my skull. I can't move my jaw.
And this is what I said earlier. You made it about you.
Well, it's always about me, baby.
I rest my fucking case.
It's about me.
You made it about you.
Let's talk more about you. before we got so drunk you fell off your bike. We were at a particular tavern in town, and we're standing there minding my own business, feeling good, looking good. I'm talking to people. I'm promising fucking BottleRock RV spots to a guy, a total stranger to me. And then you walk by and you see him. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I know you.
He didn't know me. I knew him because I was like, oh shit, I know your little brother. You are the spitting image.
They look the same.
Of your little brother.
Yeah.
I know your little brother. And he's just like, holy shit, you know my little brother? And I was like, yeah. And then just like the floodgates were open. And I was telling every story that I ever knew about his little brother.
You did. You like really, really opened up. We were all in on that fucking guy. This poor guy.
I knew his little brother. We go way back.
The story I was told in this particular bar was you didn't know his little brother. The reality was is that his little brother pantsed you.
No.
Oh, he didn't?
Listen to the story.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you tell it.
Our neighbor, my neighbor, not our neighbor because you weren't there. My neighbor pantsed me and his little brother was there.
Okay. And so very traumatic for you.
You know why? Because it fucking left the door unlocked and my neighbor and his little brother
just came in.
And two other friends
so just came into my house. You were home alone as a girl. How old were you? 14?
No. I was 12.
Okay, so you're a 12-year-old girl. You let 4 dudes in the house.
No, fucking the door was unlocked. Do you see?
You're a 12-year-old girl.
Paranoia comes?
4 dudes come in your house, and they pull your pants down.
Not they, just one.
Okay.
Pantsed me, but the other 3 were also there.
So everybody saw.
Everybody saw.
When they say pants, like it went shorts and underwear?
Yeah, I know this fucker got my underwear too.
You were fully exposed. Okay.
Yeah.
So these 4 guys saw their first ever vajayjay, I'm assuming, because they... One of them pantsed the girl.
Yeah.
And so it was traumatic for you. Understandable. And it came out when you met his brother, like, oh my God, last time I saw a face like yours, I was being pantsed and my naked vagina was out, 12 years old. Oh my God. So then me being your dick husband, I found this, God, what's wrong with me? Hilarious.
I told all 4 of them, get the fuck out of my house. But I probably didn't say fuck because I don't even think I cursed back then. I was just like, get out, get out.
Get the freak out of my house.
And then I threw him out. And then I locked the fucking door because it turns out doors need to be locked.
Yep.
But the thing was, I mean, they were my friends.
Were they though?
Yeah. I mean, it's awkward because I was a girl.
It was just Gen X. Like, yeah, I just pulled girls' pants down and hoping to see something you haven't seen before.
You know, we were all going through puberty and it got weird and it changes our friendships or whatever.
Because you're like, these friends want to fuck me.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
You don't think so? You don't know what 12-year-old boys are like.
It's a weird time.
Why did they pull your pants down?
I mean, because everybody was like pantsing everybody and it was like a funny thing. It just wasn't funny all of a sudden when I was the only girl.
It was 4 dudes in your
house.
And
they were 4 boys.
Yeah.
And the little fucker got my underwear too. And I don't think he meant to do that. Because when you go to pants someone, it's just, I don't know.
You're hoping for the best.
So it was just a shit show. But because girls go through puberty before boys do, and then I went through puberty before everyone did. I think I was like 9 when I started getting hair and shit like that. I was like 11 when I started my period. So at 12, I had like a full-fledged bush. So I didn't speak to them, I don't know, for like a long time. And it could have been 30 minutes. It could have been 30 days. I don't know. It just, whatever like a 12-year-old's brain, like a long time feels like, that's what it was. And then finally, one of them said, the carpets don't match the drapes. And that like broke me. Like, because
you had blonde hair.
Yes.
And a brown bush.
Yes. And I'm always about humor. The humor finally like broke me to where I like finally like cracked a smile and laughed. And I was like, you fuckers, you assholes. How could you do that to me? Because it's not really about like you pantsed me and you saw my brown bush or whatever and I have blonde hair. What it was really about was it was like a coming of age. And it was like all of a sudden I realized like there's 5 of us and I'm different. I'm the girl and you're the boys. Up until that point, we're all buddies. We're all friends.
Yeah.
We're all like riding our bikes together. And we're like, hey, if you hold this rope on a skateboard and I ride my bike and then we put like a plank on like some cinder block and like make a ramp, like how like it was like that was like our friendship. You know what I mean? Like how fast can you go and what can we do? And all of a sudden that day, it was like all of that ended.
Innocence lost.
And I was a girl and they were 4 boys and everything changed and it fucking sucked.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
And I was like, I gotta lock the fucking doors. I gotta keep you fuckers out. And then I see, so I'm this many years old and I see this fucking face in a bar and I never even knew him. I never knew him.
You never knew the older brother.
I just looked at that face and I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. I know your younger brother.
You spotted him like so fast. Like, I know him.
I did. And the crazy part was like that night, like you and I were like at odds with each other or something like that. And
you're going to ride your bike drunk and crash. I fucking hate you.
And I was like, you don't even care. You don't even look back at me while we're riding bikes or whatever. And you were like off talking to a stranger. And I was like, just let him talk to that stranger.
Like, it's called BottleRock. I got a place for you to camp, bro.
Exactly. You were.
I promised him a spot.
Promising him BottleRock. And I'm just like looking at you and everyone's looking at, and like our group is like, hey, do you think you should go find Rob? And I'm like, I can see him right there. He's like being entertained by this stranger. Like, let's just leave him over there.
Fuck him.
And everyone's like, yeah, that's a good place for him. That's funny.
Exactly. It's not a chick. Who cares
And then
who he talks to?
I had to go to the bathroom. So I had to walk by. I'm like, oh, fuck. I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta walk by.
I'm like, hey, it's my wife.
Rob's gonna be like, what are you doing? And I did one look at that fucking stranger. And I was like, oh shit. I know exactly who you are. Isn't that true?
Yes. So the thing about this is that you had this traumatic experience, and I'm not taking away from that. But after you're like, oh my God, your little brother, you start telling the story. So then for the rest of the night, I'm just like, your little brother saw my wife's vagina before I did. Like, that was my fucking punchline. And every time I introduced anybody, I'm like, hey, this is Brett. His little brother saw my wife's vagina before I saw my wife's vagina. And it was just ongoing fucking whole thing where I was just like minimizing your trauma and telling everybody in the bar who would laugh that his little brother saw your vagina before I did.
But it wasn't trauma. It was like a day and it fucking sucked. And then I laughed and then we were like over it and we got over it. And then I continued to be friends with all of them through high school. I mean, I still was fucking neighbors with one of them.
That's the thing. It's all proximity.
But the other story, I don't want to out him because he's living a life happily ever after. So I'm not going to out his name. We're going to just call him Bob.
Did you choose the name Bob like Bob the Beaver Chaser? Because he saw your beaver?
No. Okay, well then I'll call him
Mac the Mutt Chaser.
What name will you not pervert and make gross? Let's use Greek alpha letters.
Okay.
I'm going to call him Gamma.
Gamma.
Okay, so my friend, Gamma, so he gets a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And we're so young. And we're just trying to figure out sex. And we don't have the internet. It's the 90s.
This is Gen X shit.
We're Gen X. We don't have the internet. We don't have fucking Pornhub on our phones. Like, we got to figure this shit out, like, through word of mouth and Cosmo magazine. So when one of us gets, like, a little bit of knowledge, like, it's got to be word of mouth. We've got to share it.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even remember who his girlfriend was, but he has a girlfriend and we're talking on the phone and I have my own line. Back then, remember, you didn't have like a cell phone.
You're the coolest girl in the neighborhood. You had your own line and a full-fledged bush at 12 years old.
But now I'm in high school and I have my own line and everyone has their own line. So he's talking to me and he's like telling me like, hey, I got my nuts sucked. You should try.
Damn.
Sucking a nut.
Oh my God, his nut sucked in high school?
And I was like,
I wish I'd gone to your high school.
that sounds disgusting, but okay, I'll try it because I also want to be like a popular girl.
Everyone loves a nut sucker.
So like, I'm reading Cosmo. At this point, there's like a Cosmo magazine article that's like how to give him a blowjob that'll like blow his fucking mind. And I've torn it out and I'm passing it around with all of my friends. Like, this is our Pornhub. We can't send each other a link. All we can do is send this magazine article that's like been torn out around to each other. And there's no pictures.
Now, is nut sucking mentioned in this article?
And no.
Oh, it's not.
So we're all
Damn you, Cosmo. I missed an opportunity.
We're just all trying to figure it out. How do
you do it?
Suck a dick? Which it turns out it's not that complicated. But
it's not.
But it seems like back then, like we're so scared of it. And God forbid we do it wrong and whatever. So then anyways, I'm with my boyfriend whose name is Epsilon.
Lucky fucking guy. Epsilon just rolls into the fucking picture and he's been talking to Gamma about nut sucking.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is like, I don't even know. Like,
it's all about timing,
Epsilon
y'all.
was going to get like a really, really, really bad hand job. And you know how bad my hand jobs are.
The worst.
Yeah. So Epsilon was just lined up to get like the worst hand job ever.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, Gamma had told me,
I
suck
can't let
his nut.
Gamma's girlfriend beat me out.
Yeah.
I'm going to suck some nuts.
I was like, I'm told that like the best thing you can do is like suck a nut. Which is a weird way of going about a blowjob. Like now that I'm 48 years old.
I mean, you should try it.
But also,
you're like, why would she do that? I'm like, I don't know, because it's awesome. You're like, you're not getting that tonight.
Yeah, I know you want to get your nuts sucked, but it's also just like in the scheme of things, like that's not like the thing. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't.
It's not like reverse cowgirl anal.
Yeah. Jesus. Thank God you aren't my friend.
I'm your best friend, baby.
But thank God in high school you weren't like, look, and
like my girlfriend in high school did reverse cowgirl anal.
Yeah.
So that was pretty great. You should try that.
And I would be trying that, and I'd be like, I don't think I even like men at this point. Like that's so. Thank God you weren't my friend.
Luckily, it was Gamma and his girlfriend just did a light nut sucking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
much
anyways.
easier to endure than reverse cowgirl anal.
So my boyfriend Epsilon, I suck his nut, and then he goes and he has class with my friend Gamma.
Holy shit, small world.
So he's telling Gamma, like, oh my God, I do like this, that they're like talking about me.
Yeah, you did a good job, obviously. He's bragging about it in science class.
He's like, oh my God. Like,
He's like, fuck these protons and neurons. I got my nut sucked by Sara.
yeah, he was like, oh shit, like you're never going to believe this. Like, this was like so crazy hot. Like, Sara sucked my nut. So Gamma had to like keep his shit together and like not say, no, I fucking told her to do that. So then later he calls me and he's like, I almost fell out of my chair laughing so hard. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you did that. You tried that. I was like, well, you told me to. Like, you told me that that's what I need to do.
I wasn't impressed.
So anyways, this is the full circle fucking story. You found that guy's older brother in the bar.
Who taught you to suck nuts and saw your vagina before I did.
Yeah.
He's very influential on you. I should probably buy that man a beer.
I don't even know where he is now. Like, that's the crazy part. So I ran into his older brother at Outlaw.
I have his brother's phone number in my phone because I'm giving him a fucking spot at BottleRock apparently, but there's no room for him.
The crazy part is I want you to, because somehow I want to like reconnect with my buddy from like junior high.
You're like, look at my vagina now.
No, why? What the fuck is wrong with you?
So when he comes in, should I pants you?
No.
Like recreate the moment?
Why are you like
Something's wrong with me.
Why are you fucking like this? What part of the most platonic friendship I ever had?
I don't think that this ever existed between any man and any woman on the planet.
Dude.
Earth. Ask Adam and Eve. Adam wanted to fuck Eve.
I'm trying to tell you it existed between us.
No, it existed between you and him. It did not exist between him and you.
Yes, it did.
That's what you don't understand about dudes.
No, babe, do you remember how I looked? How I had like the short haircut and no boobs, and I was like, I look like a boy?
Yeah, I married you.
Yeah. So you always told me, like, you look like a boy. You make the walls jealous. You're so flat. You actually literally said these things to me.
And what did I literally do? I got you pregnant and married you. So the thing is that even if you had all those adjectives about how you were short-haired and not really well-breasted.
Who gave me these adjectives? You did.
I don't know, some fucking dude.
You told me. It was you. You told me. You're so flat, you make the walls jealous. And I was like, well, that's mean, but funny. I've always liked humor.
But we're going to have a good time at BottleRock.
Are you going to open up a trailer spot behind your mom's office?
On our recon trip we did this week, I don't think there's room for another RV. I think 3 is the max. So I think the guy who saw your vagina before I did's little brother is out of luck. So sorry, Brett. You're going to have to find other arrangements, bro. And tell your little brother not to be such a fucking pervert. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Ask first. No means no. You know what I'm saying? Come on. What are we doing here? 2025. This isn't funny. Can't make jokes about this shit.
You're... All right. We cheers.
Man, I just wish I was your high school boyfriend. All right, let's raise a glass to Green Day coming to BottleRock, to some really great wine here at Jesse's Grove in Lodi, and sucking nuts. Cheers.
Cheers.
And that was Last Call. You did it. You survived an episode of Stories and Cocktails. But did Rob or Sarah's liver survive the show? I don't know. Tune into the next episode to find out, to enjoy some more stories and some more cocktails. By the way, if you want to support the debauchery of the show, then buy the hosts their next round by Venmoing a couple of gold doubloons at Stories and Cocktails. Back in the day, a gold doubloon was only 4 Spanish dollars. Who knew? Well, folks, I'll be right here behind the bar, cleaning the glassware and awaiting your return to the Stories and Cocktails podcast. Cheerio, friends!
If you enjoy hearing Rob Kreider's different humor columns here on the Stories and Cocktails podcast, then I promise you will love his novel, Cadet Blues. Cadet Blues is Rob's hilarious tell-all about desperately trying to survive the shock and awe boot camp-style training at the California Highway Patrol Academy. People from all different walks of life have come to love this book because Cadet Blues is simply a crazy good read. Heartfelt, inspiring, and damn funny. It's available in paperback through Amazon, eBay, or cadetblues.com, where you can get free shipping and a personalized autographed book. Or you can download a digital copy of Cadet Blues from Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, or Apple iBooks. Do yourself a favor and check out the novel, Cadet Blues.